Hey, Peter, are you all right? Like, I can't put my finger on it. There's something just not right.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel a little bit strange. Hello and welcome to the Superpower Dare Die team. I'm Peter.
And I'm Rick, and today we're reviewing the 2022 film Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Dr. Stephen Strange casts a forbidden spell that opens a portal to the multiverse. However, a threat emerges that may be too big for his team to handle.
So, Peter, what did you think?
Well, first of all, I didn't like the first Doctor Strange movie. I liked Doctor Strange in the Avengers movies, and I liked him in the last Spider-Man movie. I was looking forward to this one because Sam Raimi was directing it, and I thought he'd be able to bring a bit of a twist to it, make it a bit exciting. And also, there was talk of it being like the most horror of any Marvel movie, and I was completely disappointed by all of it.
So I did like the first Doctor Strange movie, and I don't know why. I didn't know a lot about the character, so maybe the origin story. I liked it. I really liked the first one, and so I came into this one with a lot of hope. And again, with Sam Raimi behind it and that horror aspect, especially with the title, the Multiverse of Madness. But this was just bland. It was.
I sat there and kept waiting for it to get good. So this will get good. This will go. Maybe it's going to go crazy. Maybe they're going to be flipping around everywhere. But there was like 3 multiverses that they went to.
Well, there was a scene where they just punched through about 20 different versions of themselves,
and that was all right. That bit I quite like that bit, but it sort of, to me, it didn't do what it said on the tin. Like, it wasn't really about multiverses, and it wasn't really about madness. Like, it wasn't crazy, it wasn't fun. It was bland, is what you said before. I agree, it was.
I remember the trailer, and even the trailer set it up to make it look like some sort of a real horror thing. Like, seeing the scenes that they edited into the trailer, like him looking into the cracked watch, and then they were standing at a portal looking out over everything else, and it looked like, yes, horror, madness sort of stuff. But when those scenes actually turned up in the film, it was just kind of like, that's our next CGI bit.
I think there was some surprisingly bad special effects in it too. I don't know whether it was a cinema I was in, but there was some shots that I just thought looked really bad.
So in the trailers, because Wanda from WandaVision and Scarlet Witch type things is in it, and in the trailers, it looked like they made it look like they were working together to stop something else happening.
So spoilers.
Spoilers coming up. In the first 5 minutes, they've already just announced her as the big villain.
She's a villain. Yeah.
I
don't know the Scarlet Witch character. I don't know if the Scarlet Witch turns evil in the comics, but she was probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, female character that they've had in these Marvel movies, and now they've turned her into a villain and killed her off.
So I'm going to go back to acting performances now, because I thought all of them were terrible. It was like Cumberbatch had just phoned his in. And Wanda, I can't think of Elizabeth Olsen. It felt like for a bit she was going over the top, but then I was like, can she actually act? So there was a new character introduced called America Chavez. Now,
so are we setting up for like a teenage Avengers or something? Because I think the Iron Man's going to be like a teenager. You've got the teenage girl in this one. I don't want to see a kid Marvel movie, like kids playing superheroes in a movie. They had a really good established cast, and then they finished their phase with the Avengers Infinity War saga, and now everything since then has just not lived up to it. Like, the only good Marvel movie that's been out since then has been the last Spider-Man movie. The rest of them,
and that was because
been great at all.
That was because of Andrew Garfield coming back and rightfully dominating the screen. No, I have not liked any of this stuff in Phase 4. But going back to what you were saying about, are they setting up for teenagers or something like that? Maybe they are, because maybe if they want to keep this cash machine rolling, then they have to get a new audience, because we're going to get old and die.
it just makes me wonder, why get Sam Raimi? Like, Sam Raimi is a really inventive director, and apart from just a couple of little touches, it just seemed like it could have been anyone. I just was really disappointed in that. I'm glad we got a Bruce Campbell
groovy
cameo.
I hate that stuff. I really don't like that stuff.
But that's his thing. I bet you his car was in there too somewhere.
It had lots of elements of Sam Raimi. It was almost like tick boxes to this is Sam Raimi thing. As I was watching it, I thought, didn't you learn anything from studio interference from Spider-Man 3? Like when they just wanted you, we need this in here. And it felt like he had an idea for a better film, but then the studio came in. So
it makes you wonder if there was interference.
I liked, and I don't know why, maybe his screen presence charm, but Wong, the character of Wong, he can do anything with any of his lines.
Yeah,
and he's
he
kind of
wasn't
charming.
in it
I liked
much,
him.
Really. Like,
no, he wasn't, but when he was,
I like him. Like, you're right. He's like the brightest light in the show, but they didn't really give him much to do.
No.
So there's one scene that I think will get people talking about in the multiverse, and it involves a bit of fan casting come true with Jim from The Office as Reed Richards. And I quite like that. I quite enjoyed seeing what happened to him too. And they had Peggy Carter back as like the Captain America. I think that was in a What If episode.
Yes, that was a What If episode. Yeah.
And it's just made me realize this is the third time they've killed Peggy Carter. They killed her in one of the Captain America movies. They axed her show, which I really liked and would have liked to have seen more of. And they killed her again in this one.
But it was such a big fan service scene because you had Charles Xavier come out in that big yellow sort of hover chair that was big in the comics back in the, I'm going to say, 80s. We thought we were watching, I guess, the Marvel Universe unravel in, if you're going to talk about multiverse, like Universe 1 and everything else spreads out from that. But I think it's referenced as 613 or 813 or something like that. And I'm just going, all right, I don't understand that. Yeah, like, yeah. My brain was doing things while I'm watching the movie because I was so bored. Like, there's a scene where Doctor Strange comes up across another version of himself and he has to walk up these long stairs and he just starts taking really slowly one by one. I'm like, you've got your flying cape, just float up the top of the stairs. So, Peter, would you recommend Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
No, I think it's a case of diminishing returns. I'm just not enjoying this new phase of Marvel movies, and I didn't enjoy this one.
I'll agree. I was disappointed that it was directed by Sam Raimi, and this is what we got, and it was just bland. I can't recommend this one for anyone.
Thanks for watching our review on the Superpowered Dare Die team. If you enjoy our videos, please like them, please comment on them, and please subscribe to our channel. If you click on the bell, you'll never miss an episode.